Welcome to Make a Path Presents. My name is Ronnie Hayes, and today, let's talk The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 10, Predictions. Alright guys, this is probably going to be real quick because I really don't know what they're going to do. First off, we do know that Greg Nicotero said they're going to skip a couple weeks here. So this is official. We're getting a time skip, which in a way is kind of odd because it kind of feels like this episode might have some filler qualities to it. We just see in the preview, we see Rick and Daryl out there most likely on some kind of supply run, or maybe they are on a run to inspect something, to kind of maybe do some recon, because there's only two of them. So if they're on a supply run, they most likely would have brought some more people. However, if they are going out there because Abraham, Sasha, and Daryl told Rick and the others about the saviors they ran into the road, they could actually just take Daryl and Rick out there to kind of like a peekaboo mission, you know, see what's out there and then come back. Like a stealth recon mission. Now, the reason I'm saying I believe that is most likely the case is because they're going to have to be going out on supply runs, but they can't just send their whole group out there with that threat out there. Because think about it, they already talked before No Way Out, I should say, in episode 8 or 7, they talked about running low on supplies. So they're going to have to be going out there to get food. They also have been cleaning up Alexandria and they're going to try to rebuild it. They need to get outside of those walls, but there's a threat outside of those walls. So it only makes sense that they would go out there again on the peekaboo mission and see what's out there and see if there's any threats, see where they could go, maybe plot some kind of course here, maybe to even go and see if the threat that they blown up on the road that Daryl blew up with his RPG, maybe they're going to see if that threat can be spotted, you know, sneaking around, whoop-de-whoop. We do see a truck that looks like it could have been used somewhat. We did see Spencer and Michonne out in the woods, and Michonne was like, "What are you doing out here?" And I believe she said that to Enid. So there's Spencer, Enid, and Michonne. They are in the episode somehow. When Spencer and Michonne, she's like, "Let me help you," I was thinking at first it was Spencer putting Deanna down, because Deanna, we still didn't see her. They showed a promo where it's obviously a Walker version of Deanna. So if they went through the trouble of getting a Walker version of Deanna with all that makeup and everything, I don't know, they could have done it CGI or in Photoshop, but if they went through the trouble of doing that, maybe they are going to show a Walker Deanna. And maybe Spencer did get her out of Alexandria alive somehow. I mean, that is sick and demented and twisted, but what I'm saying is I'm reaching here because of the time skip, and I'm saying that Spencer might be the one to put his mother down. She might be still a Walker. Now, that's a reach, so if I'm way off there, that's shit, it happens. But I just get this feeling it's something similar to that. I don't think it's anything big or major. I don't believe Spencer's going to kill himself, but I do believe they're going to lead him down a path of friction with Rick and the new leadership. So anyway, yes, they've already announced this is one of the bottle episodes. Well, I'm sorry, they didn't say this is, but they did mention previously there's going to be a kind of different Daryl and Rick bottle episode, with Rick stating in the trailer the law of average or something, something's about to go wrong. I believe he says something like that, because there's only so many times you can have successful missions. At least that's what I got out of it. So again, that leads me to believe they are looking for something dangerous, and this is going to lead us into some comic book discussion before we end this video. They did also mention it's kind of different, and this might actually be a little bit of a bonding between Rick and Daryl. Now also they did mention new casting for a new character. We're going to talk about that in a second, so if you don't want to hear about comic book spoilers, you're going to have to leave in a few seconds. But so there is a potential we're going to get this new character now. I was thinking we would get the new character closer to episode 12. However, that would leave a lot of gap to fill between 10, 11, 2 episodes. And they could potentially do that. They could have this as kind of a fillerish episode, which again would make me question why, since they rushed a lot of the rebuilding of Alexandria. They admitted in an interview they're going to be skipping a lot of that. Essentially, that would have took 2 or 3 episodes, and they're taking that right out. So there might be a montage. That makes sense. There might even be a montage of rebuilding Alexandria, cleaning it out. There might be something similar to that, or at least something to hint that. Jumping over into the comic book stuff now, so this is your warning, comic book spoilers coming at you. Alright, so you guys know we're going to get this character, we're going to get Paul Jesus Monroe, the new character from a new community that's out there called the Hilltop. This is potentially it. They might be remixing this to have, Rick and Daryl out there meeting them. However, they could also play a trick on us and have Rick and Daryl out there doing something else, and actually when Michonne is seen in the trailer, she and maybe Abraham, I'm hoping they keep it similar to the comic. If they don't, maybe it's her and Spencer actually running into Jesus, and that's when they would, introduce him back to Rick, or yada yada yada. The point, though, is we have to understand that the Saviors already put an impression on our survivors, so they're not just going to go up to Jesus and, be like, okay, let's make a deal. Let's join our communities. So it's going to play out, I believe, similar to the comic book where there's friction there. What else? Yeah, I do not believe we're going to move on anything past that. So I think that's essentially it. There is some potential here to get somewhat of filler in this episode, but seeing as there's a threat out there, I'm really relying on the logic that they need to go out and search the area to comfortably see, did I fuck that word up again? To see where they can actually go without being in danger. At least that's where my mind's at. If it's something different, you guys have any other predictions, go ahead and leave those down in the comment box below. And remember, we're not looking for spoilers of what's going to happen. These are only for predictions and to have fun. So if you guys know what's going to happen, please keep that information to yourself. Thank you guys very much. We are now at 41,000 subscribers strong and change. Should be hitting 42 in the next couple weeks, so thank you very much for that. We're on the road to 100K, and I couldn't have done it without you. Lots of love. Again, thoughts, theories, predictions in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe now.